Have you ever wondered what makes the story of Jesus so powerful? Today, we're diving deep into the Gospel of Matthew, a book that presents Jesus not just as a teacher, but as a king, the long-awaited Messiah promised for centuries. Let's explore this epic story in just 5 minutes. The journey begins with a royal lineage, tracing Jesus' ancestry all the way back to Abraham and King David. This isn't just a list of names, it's a declaration. Matthew is telling us from the very first verse that this is the story of the one who fulfills all of God's promises. We then witness his miraculous birth, not in a palace, but in humble Bethlehem. Wise men from the east, guided by a star, come to worship the newborn king, confirming his royal status. But this birth also brings danger. King Herod, threatened by this new king, forces the young family to flee to Egypt, echoing the story of Israel's own past. After returning, we see Jesus grow, and his public life begins with a powerful moment at the Jordan River. He is baptized by John the Baptist, and a voice from heaven declares, "This is my beloved Son." Immediately after, he faces a grueling 40-day test in the wilderness, where he triumphs over temptation, proving his character and readiness for his mission. This leads us to one of history's most famous speeches, the Sermon on the Mount. Here, Jesus turns the world's values upside down. He says the poor in spirit are blessed, the meek will inherit the earth, and peacemakers are the children of God. He teaches his followers how to pray, how to live, and how to love, giving a new law of the heart. But Jesus didn't just speak powerful words, he demonstrated his authority with incredible actions. We see a rapid succession of miracles. He heals the sick with a touch, gives sight to the blind, and even calms a raging storm with a single command. He walks on water, defying the laws of nature, and with just 5 loaves and a fish, he feeds a crowd of over 5,000 people, showing his divine power and compassion. He also teaches through parables simple stories with profound spiritual truths about the kingdom of heaven. He speaks of seeds growing in different soils, a hidden treasure, and a pearl of great price, inviting everyone to understand the immeasurable value of his kingdom. The momentum builds as Jesus sets his face toward Jerusalem. He enters the city not as a conquering warrior, but humbly, riding on a donkey, fulfilling an ancient prophecy. The crowds go wild, waving palm branches and shouting Hosanna to the Son of David. But this celebration is short-lived. Jesus goes straight to the temple, the heart of Jewish worship, and drives out the money changers, declaring it a house of prayer, not a den of robbers. This act of authority seals his fate. The atmosphere grows tense and somber as the conflict with the religious leaders escalates. We now enter the final, most dramatic chapter of his life on earth. During a final meal with his disciples, the Last Supper, he institutes a new covenant with bread and wine. Then, in the quiet of the Garden of Gethsemane, he is betrayed with a kiss. What follows is a whirlwind of injustice, a rushed trial, false accusations, and condemnation. He is scourged, mocked, and forced to carry his own cross to a place called Golgotha. There, he is crucified. In his final moments, the sky darkens, the earth shakes, and it seems like all hope is lost. But the story doesn't end in darkness. 3 days later, some of his women followers go to the tomb and find it empty. An angel announces the impossible. He is not here. He has risen. Jesus then appears to his disciples, alive and victorious over death itself. The story concludes not with an ending, but with a new beginning. Jesus gives his followers a final, world-changing instruction known as the Great Commission: go and make disciples of all nations. This isn't just a story from the past. It's a living mission that continues to this day, a message of hope, redemption, and the promise of a kingdom that will never end. Thanks for joining us on this whirlwind tour of Matthew's Gospel. If this story moved you, please like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you in the next video.